It's your boy Comrade Chris. I'm on the front lines of hip hop. And who do I got here today?
ZythaProphet, man, the Black Cat, Little Chef, YRG, man. Whatever you want to say, the myth, the truth, what's up with the people, man? What's up?
Peace, God. What's going on with you?
Hey, it's another day, man. I can't complain.
All right, let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
So I was born in Pasadena. I primarily grew up like consciously, like at the age where shit become conscious. I came out here in 5th grade, so this is like my stomping grounds at Riverside, basically the east side, so university area. But in between being born in Pasadena and moving out here in 5th grade, I lived in Illinois, like bounced around Illinois, like Chicago, and I can't remember the other areas. I don't know if it's like Lincoln. Nah, I don't really know. But yeah, just I was bouncing around Illinois. So
Who was out there in Illinois?
my auntie was out there. All my family was raised out here though, mainly in Riverside. My granny lived down the street by MLK. But my auntie, she is out there with her daughter. You know, so me and my mom, it's just been me and my mom, so we went out there, smashed out there to go help her out, you feel me? And we lived out there for like 4 years, 5 years.
What's your earliest memories of Illinois?
Damn, you brought it back. That was my like conscious memories of actually living in a house, like in Illinois. And just the snow, my first time walking to school and shit like that. School was down the block and just, I don't know, it was different out there. I didn't go outside too much. So I got a little older, but by that time it was like 2 years before I moved back in 2 years. But yeah, it was cool out there. I wasn't really like, I can't really remember much from back then. But.
I mean, you was a little shorty, so you know it. 5, 6 years old,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I just remember shit like falling off the bike and shit like that. Learning how to ride a bike out there. So.
Oh, okay, so you come back to the Midwest, to the West Coast, Cali, East Riverside. What is this like? Elementary school, all that.
It's different. It's like.
Wait, what music is out?
That's like. Okay, so to bring that in Illinois, I first was listening. Well, out here when I came out here was like I don't know what year that was, but Lil Wayne was on top. Like he was on the radio, he was on every remix. We had like Katy Perry and what's that one song Lil Wayne with that Sean. Baby, are you down? Them years right there. So if you remember them, that's what was out. Lil Wayne was on the radio and everybody got damn songs. So. Around then.
So early 2000s.
Like, yeah, like what like 2011, 2012?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that good with years like that. So,
yeah. Okay, so Lil Wayne, then you move into middle school. What starts happening in middle school for you? And where'd you go to middle school?
I went to Highland Elementary, and like in Illinois, I never got to stay at a school more than 1 year. So it was kind of like I was used to it. Like, well, actually, I spent 5th and 6th grade at Highland Elementary, so that was the first time I was like 2 years with the same people. You feel me? So it kind of hurt after I was leaving. You feel me? But my mom didn't want me to go to uni. For some reason, I don't know. She was hearing stories and shit about uni.
What type of stories? What's uni for out there to people that's listening?
Uni, I didn't go there, so and the stories seem kind of exaggerated for our time, but maybe back in the day, that's what was going on. But like niggas getting like poked up and just kids getting hurt and stuff like, but like with pencils, like fights, like just fighting. You feel me? So my mom didn't want me to go there. Literally, my first day at elementary school right here, my first week, I ran into a bully. Like that was my first time, like a dude trying to bully me. You feel me? And I was out here, like it wasn't. That wasn't really going on.
How'd that work out?
It was like, all right, so I was like the new kid, so they was showing like basically they let me out to recess early before everybody else came out. Because I just, I forgot how it went, but I was out of recess early. So, if they let you out first nigga to get X amount of basketballs, and then that's it. You feel me? So I was already out there before everybody came, so I had a basketball. You feel me? I didn't even know how to play basketball. That's how I met the homies and stuff. They taught me how to play basketball. But yeah, I was shooting the ball. You feel me? There ain't no more balls. And then some kid, his name D'Angelo. We homies now. That shit funny. But he came over and he's like, let me play basketball with you. I'm like, man, nah, man. I'm straight. Like, you feel me? Because I'm an introvert. So I'm like, I'm cool. I mean, you feel me? And then I shot the ball and it went towards him. And then he got it, and then he started playing. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, you feel me? Like, no, I'm a cool dude, so I wasn't really tripping like that. But you feel me? He wasn't really trying to listen to it, nigga. He ended up throwing the ball in the nigga face, straight at the nigga face, and that turned out to the ball coming straight back to him. He threw it again in my face. So I'm like, man. But the teacher right here, they all right here. So they already seen it, and D'Angelo was known, he was like the school bully. So like they already like stopped it from when, and this is like my first week out here. So I'm like, yeah, what's going on? You feel me? But yeah, that's how that went down. But that's basically how I felt about out here. Like, yeah, like you niggas kind of rude out here. You feel me? But yeah, that's what it was.
So you get through this hurdle, school's going on. What is your first inclination of, I possibly want to do music?
So, let me rewind to Illinois, because this was like my first conscious interaction with music. Like, I think this is when I fell in love with music. And my cousin, my auntie that lived out there, her daughter, she older than me. I think she maybe 15 years older than me or 17 years older than me or something. So she had a little Walkman. She gave me the Walkman. We was living in Illinois. She was like, here. And I can't remember the first songs I listened to, but it was Lil Wayne and Jeezy. And it was on a Walkman. So I loved them both. But Lil Wayne, I was like, this nigga's amazing. I was like, I could do this shit. You feel me? I was like, I want to rap just like Lil Wayne. And then, basically, I think getting to middle school, I kind of really manifested that and brought that to life. Like, you know what? I'm older now. Maybe I can really do this shit. I can really put some rhymes together and hop on the beat. I was listening to Wiz Khalifa and the Black and Yellow was out at that time, and all I did was remixes. You feel me? So that's really how I started. And I was writing it on paper, and then me and the homies, one homie, we link up, you feel me? And then one of the homies, he record on the phone, and then we both record, and then, you feel me, we try to one take Jake, and then we post our shit on Facebook, you feel me? And I was in 8th grade when I was at Central. But 7th grade, I went to Viegas, by Tyler area.
Okay. So what is GC and what does that represent?
GC, that stands for Golden Class. You know, I get pressed up on a lot for this tattoo because they think it's for something else. But for the people out there, it stands for Golden Class, and it's basically on some. I got this tattoo before I even knew the meaning. Before I even was conscious of my higher self and stuff like that, and even being able to unlearn and relearn, and we can get into all that. But GC is basically just the time of the highest vibration. We the class this is the golden class, the highest vibration. We trying to better ourselves. We trying to just vibrate higher, And I don't know. There's a lot to say about it, but that's
Well, say it. Let's talk about these indigo children.
See, that's what it is. There's so many ways to say this shit. So yeah, we can get into it. I love it.
So, inclination, doing music in the 8th grade, but were you always ZythaProphet?
That's just funny because I was trying to come up with a name. I think I came up with Bello because I like wolves. I think I looked up different names for wolves. I think I said on the end of the song, I said, my name is Bello. So I went from Bello to, you know what, I'll just be Zai, and then I'll end up being Young Zai the God. And then at that time, like that was my social media handles before I even really was making music. It was Zai Curtis on Facebook, and then on Twitter was Young Zai the God. And that's where I was, and then in 8th grade, when I like basically started dropping on SoundCloud my first little tracks, you feel me, freestyles and stuff. I was kind of like, that's how I felt walking around school. You know, I had a fake chain, I had a fake Jesus piece. Nobody else in the school was like rap, or they was, and if they did, it wasn't hard. Like I wasn't that good back then, but I was hard. I was the hardest. You feel me? So when I go to school, I feel like a real rapper. You feel me? So I'm like, yeah, I'm Young Zai the God. That's how niggas treat me. You feel me? But then I go back to 7th grade in them classes. In 7th grade, I don't know how it was for everybody else, but you know, that's curriculum.
Was they treating you like a real rapper in school?
Yeah. I was like the only one. And I think it was more so just off the strength of me. Like my music wasn't crazy. It was very amateur. And at that time, it was like more conscious music. Like it was like Kendrick Lamar. That was when Big Sean was kind of like. That was when Kendrick Lamar dropped Control. You feel me? And even before that, we got the rappers we was naming, like Jared Benton and Hobson. Like so, it was a lot of like lyrical music. So that's what I was trying hard. Like I was on the beat, trying to. Lyrically, you feel me, show out. But yeah, in 7th grade, I remember the classes in history class, and we learned about all the religions. And I was like, shit, I don't know what I am. Back then, I was claiming like Christian because my family was. I wasn't really in tune with myself yet. But I took interest in all the religions, and I was like, maybe Young Zai the God is like not that respectful, like when you talking in religions. You feel me? So I went from Young Zai the God to ZythaProphet. I changed it to the Prophet because maybe that's better than calling myself God at that time. So yeah, that's how I got to ZythaProphet.
What was the first thing you think you prophesied over your life?
Feels like everything, but yeah, GC. I just was talking to my homie, like, just like I said, like, I just thought of that shit. I didn't think how, like, you know, you gain knowledge over the years and wisdom, so I didn't have the wisdom I used to have to even define what GC was. This is just something we're golden classes. Like, I was making groups. Like, I had Alpha Gang. If niggas went to Central Middle School with me, they remember Alpha Gang. I wanted to be like Wiz Khalifa and TGOD. That's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a leader of the group, like a founder of the group. So golden class, I even had thoughts like, damn, like golden class sound kind of corny, but nigga, once I start like becoming who I'm supposed to be, I'm like, nigga, it's not about how it sounds. It's about like it's about the meaning of this shit. You feel me? And but back when I created it, shit, it was just golden class, my rap group. These are homies. You know, we stand for something we don't really know yet, and I'm put this shit on my face and and it's just a tattoo. But I always thought there was something deeper, and I came to find out. I'm still learning about GC, but I think that was prophesied. Shit, GC been here before me. Like I said, there's a lot of niggas that's GC, they just don't call it that. You feel me? So that's what it is.
So what do you think, or how did people react to and make your first hit?
You said how did people react to me making my first hit?
Yeah, like I mean, the consumer groups or your fans basically determine what's a hit. Mm-hmm. So the first time you put out a record and people came with that immediate feedback, and it's like, you got one right here.
I was like Lazy. When I dropped Lazy, I just felt like everybody just like reacted to it like I felt like I was gonna blow. Like that's how everybody was making it feel. Especially I was just solely a SoundCloud artist. I wasn't on wasn't on all platforms. So I was really a SoundCloud artist, and like I'm bringing in like I'm doing like 10,000 plays, 10,000 plays a month, or not a month, 10,000 plays a week, and I'm probably dropping a new song every week at least. So before Lazy, I had like I said, I'm dropping consistently from 8th grade with my first drop, no matter how amateur it was off the phone, you feel me, to Lazy in 9th grade, or to Lazy in 10th grade, I'm dropping consistently. And so I have a lot of songs, I drop Lazy, and I'm seeing what the numbers is doing on SoundCloud, and that's my first song to this. And we got 1,500 plays. It's been 15 hours. Like, you feel me? We got 2 bands now. We got 10,000 in 4 days. It ain't even been a week yet. Like, this shit going crazy. So that's how I felt with Lazy. And then I did a little Instagram video at the gas station, and even it translated to Instagram. Like, we had a song and a video. It's kind of legendary. Like, a little snippet video. So I got a lot of feedback from Lazy, and I think that started it. Right after that, I came out with Need a Lighter. I thought I was on fire. Remember we did that motherfucker? So yeah. Need a Lighter though, yeah, them was like back to back. Like, them was like my first big like songs that did like kind of like big numbers for me on SoundCloud, you know?
So when we talk about, you know, basically the infancy stages of your career, like who do you think, as far as like conscious rap, was the first person that, you know, you ever heard?
I'm really not sure. I would have to say I'm not sure who the first was. Probably Hobson.
Okay.
Hobson. And he was doing them Illmind the Hobsons. Everybody was waiting for them bitches to come out. Oh, yeah. He just dropped the 3rd one. He just dropped the 4th one. You feel me? So and he was talking about, I was like, we ain't even knowing how deep this shit get. He really talking about shit, and we too young to even, you feel me, put this shit together. But we know he talking about some shit. You feel me? So I think it was Hobson. And then I'd say Kendrick Lamar really like, he made like conscious rap kind of like out of like, he brought it out of the pointiness and like brought some like shit. He brought LA to that shit. You feel me? Like, it's LA conscious section 8, da da da. We blah blah blah. It's crazy out here. Whatever. You feel me? The government, da da da. All that shit. So
for the people that you got introduced to, but I mean, you know, you got your Melly Mills, you got your EPMD, you got your Poor Righteous Teachers, you got Wu-Tang, you got Killer Priest, you know what I'm saying?
See, I was too young.
Right.
I was too young.
So, you know, the list goes on and on, but, you know, you got this reoccurring theme, the ego death. Can you talk about that and, like, what that means?
Ego death. It's basically the breaking down and rebuilding of indoctrinations.
Is it Freudian based?
What is that?
Like the id and ego?
What do you mean? Wait, what you say?
Like is it rooted in like the Freudian theology, like Sigmund Freud, or talk about like, you know, like your states of like consciousness?
I have no knowledge of Freud. I gotta get up on that.
Okay.
But
Yeah, was that what it's from?
yeah, I gotta get up on that. You saw me start right there. But
I mean, you can know without knowing too. You know what I'm saying? Because 6 degrees of separation, everybody mind connected, but you're on the right path. You know, I just wanted to see if that's where you got it from. But
shit, I got it. I kind of just heard of it, and then real talk, I ended up doing some acid, and I experienced ego death.
okay, let's talk about it. Psychotropics.
So, I love my first trip. My first trip, I learned about a lot, like yin and yang, like almost like you know, a lot of people think they got anger issues, and they'll speak it into existence, speak it upon themselves, let it stick to them like yeah, like my bad, I just got anger issues. Not like almost like you're not supposed to say I'm mad, like you know, because that's like you're not mad. I'm Zod. You feel me?
Right.
I'm just feeling mad. You feel me? I'm feeling the vibration of madness. You feel me?
Right.
So I used to just kind of think on like society wants you to think that way, like you can't fix these things, like you're not in control, but you can. You feel me? Once you learn that, but that's kind of what I went through, because I even seen like I'm not too sure which one is the darker energy or whatever, the yin or the yang or whatever, but I kind of like you know was able to differentiate the two and kind of like gel them together. But basically, yeah, I was off acid, and it's crazy because I did that shit like 2, 3, 4 years ago. My first time. I'm 24 now, so that's when I was like 20, and I do it with the homies, and we go to Highland Park, and that's where I went to school at the first time I came out here. So we go to Highland Park, you feel me, out with the homies. And you know, when you're off acid, you with your people, you feel me, you gotta go take your own path, no matter if it's in your head or it's all relatively the same, you know. I think I basically hopped the gate and went into the school. Same place I shot my first shot, you feel me, on the court. It got pulled up on by D'Angelo, you feel me? I sat down, and I had my shirt off, it was hot. I sat down in the sun, and it literally felt like my ego was like sweating off of me. And I'm just in my head like thinking about just everything, like how I react to things, and just my beliefs, and everything. And it just felt like I was just wiping down the canvas to make it a blank canvas again. And that's basically what ego death is. It's just, I'm not really good at explaining it, but yeah, basically
I mean, this stuff is hard.
Questioning everything, you kind of questioning, but at the same time, I don't want to say restarting, but it's like this is your avatar, like, you know, like, it's like a video game. Like, I got on GTA, I go make a nigga, call him Bob, and then I go make another nigga, call him Jake. You feel me? With different clothes on, I can make a white nigga, a black nigga. You feel me? This is my avatar. I can't be white, you feel me, if I want to, but on the inside, I can, you feel me, switch everything around.
But when you have
reprogram.
Fourth and fifth dimensional experiences, it's hard to put those into words. It's a feeling.
Exactly.
And I see that translate through the music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we come now to where it's like, okay, this almost feels like your first debut album.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the seriousness that you put in behind it, now we look at each track with its own feel.
Right.
When you're creating, is it that blank slate that you start with and create a track new, or do you try to go with a feel for a certain project?
It's funny because when we talk about ego and coinciding with this, I was talking with my homie, and he was saying niggas got oh yeah I got you. But I was talking to the homie, and he was basically saying niggas might have ego through spirituality, and there's nothing wrong with having an ego. You just gotta build it properly, and you know, and resonate with what you want to be, you know. But within that, and me creating, I go throughout the ego that I have built and the alter ego is also. When you talk about the sneaky little fox, sneaky little wolf, Chef Boyardee, whatever you want to call it, like, and those all stem from like the ego I built from shit I learned from doing acid or whatever, even off acid. Okay, I don't need acid no more. You feel? I never needed it, but you feel me? It's like just being connected to the source. That's where I get this shit from. You know, like I don't just be. I wouldn't say I get it from what you say, like a
blank slate. Like you start creating with a blank slate each different project.
And when you say that, like what do you mean?
Like GMFU.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have the same feel as the song Feel. So it's like if you listen to this album individually, you would think that all these songs could have been individual singles.
Definitely.
Versus like when you put this whole album of Immortal together, it represents different parts of your ego, different parts of your personality, where it's like a person would have to understand you in order to get the whole totality of the entire project.
Right. Because I feel like, this life is it's a big school, so like, you ain't never gonna learn everything. So of course I'm still learning. So that does show in the music to almost like, yeah, I'm still connected to the third dimension in certain ways. Like I'm still connected to the streets. Like I like guns. Sometimes I smoke weed. I'm a rap about it, So sometimes I rap about the ego. Sometimes I rap about I don't eat McDonald's. I ain't trying to. I'm trying to decalcify my
pineal gland.
My pineal gland and shit like that. So, I just jump around. I think that is like me just working through like who I'm trying to be, like the best person I'm trying to be. And I think I'm just going throughout these things and just learning and getting rid of stuff, adding stuff to the repertoire. So yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about all of that and these alter egos, I heard you mention Sneaky Fox. What's that about?
I just feel like that came from back in the day, like that was so funny. Nah, that came from a couple years ago. Well, kind of when I first started rapping, and it was just like I don't want to say I felt shiesty because I never been like a shiesty dude, but like with the flows I be trying to embody on the music, I just jump on that bitch like sneaky, like I'm just sneaky little fuck. Like sometimes I feel like on the biggest, like if you heard the song The Biggest, like I'm just rapping like a little fox or something, like a little wolf. But at the same time, it's kind of like I almost thought of it like yin and yang. Like that's why I had it right here, the wolf and the fox. So it's kind of like almost good and bad to me, like a wolf is like more aggressive and a fox is more like conservative almost.
You be in the hen house?
What's that? What's he talking about?
Trying to get them chickens. You be creeping.
Hey. Yeah. They can try to finesse a little bit, finesse here and there, what a nigga's supposed to do,
So if ZythaProphet could speak to the 15-year-old Zy, what would you say?
Man, don't have no doubts. Don't have no doubts, and I tell him I'm proud because I feel like, me personally, you know, I heard that a lot from my mama, but I ain't hear that enough from myself with a lot of stuff. So I tell them that, but I tell them, yeah, I think I was just doubtful. I was like a what if kid, like, you know, like, so I just thought of every possibility that could happen. And then getting to this point, I know that I make the possibility. You feel me? I make things possible, you know, through the power of the source. You feel me? That's the power that was granted. So I just put him on a game like that if he could understand at that point. But, yeah.
If you could speak to yourself in 5 years, what would you tell yourself to the future Zy?
What would I tell myself? Damn, I ain't never thought about that. Shit. I don't know. I ain't never thought into the future like that, I guess.
Okay, well,
To talk to myself.
we'll talk to yourself right now.
I'm just proud. I'm just proud. I think that's what it is. I think a lot of just like a lot of my confidence comes from being proud of like trying to embody like being genuine. And I'm just proud of like, cause I'm an introvert. I'm proud of how I interact with people. I'm even proud of like sometimes going out my way. I used to not want to, you know, nigga used to be blind and not that connected. Even though I was connected, you feel me? Nigga was abusing his connection. So I would like pick up trash and shit like that. So I'm just proud of a lot of shit of just being connected. That's what I tell myself right now. Keep it up. Keep it up and you can always do better. You know?
Well, we're gonna speak life on that future success too.
Definitely.
But okay, so on the album, you got a song with PNB Rock. Let's talk about that. How did this song come about, and how long have you had it? Did you like war with releasing it or not?
So this whole connection happened through social media. I believe this is how it went. Shout out Beto. Beto, the cameraman, aka Beto. He basically, I believe he sent PNB one of my Instagram videos and told him to check me out. And I guess PNB ended up opening it, and yeah, he hit Beto back, and he was like, he's hard, but he never reached out to me yet. He's like, he's hard. And then basically, once we started working on the album last year, 2022, we started working on the album. It was like probably what, 3, 4, 5 songs in. He started. I think I posted another video, and he DM'd me and he followed me, and it was really all through Beto and him just being able to even know me. So yeah, he just hit me and he said I was hard. It's funny because I still got the messages. He said I was hard, and I think I was being too like jumpy. Like I was like, man, good looks, but I was just being like genuine. I was like, good looks, bro. I was like, let's do something, you know, not thinking it's PNB Rock, you feel me? I'm like, let's do something. And he I don't think he hit me back. And then, no, that happened after he hit Beto. He did hit me after he hit Beto. And he hit me, he said, you hard. He hit Beto, he told him how hard, then he hit me and told me how hard. I think that's when he followed me. Then, 4 or 5 songs in the album, he hit me back. And after I said let's do something, he hit me back and he was like, yeah, like let's get one in. I was like, I was shitting on myself. I was working at Amazon. I was in the truck delivering. I said, nigga, what? I hopped in a group chat like, y'all niggas won't believe what just happened, man. This is the beginning of a first feature. Like the features on my album just came so naturally and just so like organically. Like, but that was like the start of it. Then it driven so pretty. Then it was NASCAR and hook. But yeah, basically he hit me. I sent him 2 songs. He hopped on Field. He didn't hop on the other one, and that shit was just so deep to me. But he hopped on field, and then I heard it, and I was like, damn, this shit crazy.
I mean, because now, looking back, Feel is a song about passing away, and now that he done passed away,
that nigga said, that nigga, and it's crazy, cause I'm saying it, I mean, you feel me? I'm saying it in the hook, but when he says it, he says some of the lines in the hook, and it just hits so different. Like, he's like, I feel like I can't die. Like, you feel me? Like, I just want to live my life, like shit like that. I'm just like, damn, you know, it hit hard. So, yeah, it's actually real crazy that he hopped on that song and not the other one. And I think he even told me, like, I really fuck with this one. And I feel like, I just think, like, shit like Safely was a cool song, like, I don't know for the Third Dimension, but like for a high frequency, for like, shit, multiple dimensions, Feel is like something different, you feel me? And I feel like, shit, people, like, I feel like, we feel like he living, of course he living on through his own music, but he living on through Feel, like, for real, like, you know, so that's how I feel about that one. And that was one of his last verses, sadly, so.
yeah, shout out PNB Rock, RP.
Rock, man, rest in peace.
What's a hidden talent of yours?
I don't practice it that much. It could, but it's got potential. I can sound like people. Like, I can impersonate.
Oh, you can do impressions?
Yeah, if I practice, I'll be better. Some people I can't do, but some people I can.
What's your go-to?
Mr. Krabs.
Let me hear it.
That nigga be like, SpongeBob, me boy. Like Squidward. Yeah, that's my go-to. I used to have fucked up. And just doing voices. Just doing voices, and that translates through my music too. Like, I like to fuck around with music. I used to make all the homies laugh, like doing a little old granny voice when we used to get high our first time smoking weed. Like, I was making the homies laugh doing shit like that. So,
What's one thing that ZythaProphet want his fans to know?
that's a good question. I want them to know too much. I want them to know almost everything I know. I want them to know that this shit is infinite. You know, this shit is deeper than the flesh. This shit gets so deep that you can simplify this shit. You know, so I don't know. It's a lot I want them to know. But really just that, like, this shit deeper than the flesh, and that just says a lot. Like, we can take that everywhere, you know, so, you know, because everybody's in the flesh, like, right now, and not really living, you feel me? So, I think just that, like, and just get connected and maintain that shit. You can't just get connected and just, oh, I'm connected. You gotta maintain that shit. And that goes to the food you put in your body, to the music you consuming, the vibration, your friends that surround you, everything. Them is all vibrations that you consuming. Reprogram yourself, get in tune with your emotions, and don't let your emotions control you. Don't let nothing control you. You know, you can be in control. A lot of people are lazy, you know, so I think that's what I want my fans to know, because that's what I'm learning. So I would like my fans to listen to my music and learn with me. I don't really, you know, anybody can listen to my music, but to really resonate with me, like, you gotta practice a lot of some of the same shit that I'm practicing, you know. So.
Okay, so I see you got a video that's going up right now. The album came out March 10th. You know, I had a son that was born March 9th. So, you know, same day that Biggie died, but that's a different conversation in itself. But what other projects on the album do you want people to take a special attention to?
You said on the album?
Yeah.
Feel, for sure. Intro. That's really, hold on, let me see. I gotta look real quick. Let me make sure Scotty. Ain't That Deep. Upside Down and Dork. That's the ones I want to pay attention to. For numerous reasons, I'll say.
Okay. Well, ZythaProphet, I appreciate you giving me your time.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy listening to the album, and I can't wait to make more. Anything you want to say to the fans before we go out?
Man, all we got is us, man. Come on, it's a sneaky little fox, sneaky little wolf, man. Chef Boy RD, little boy RD, man. Come on, the myth, the truth, man. I love y'all niggas. Man, I do this for y'all. So, yeah, man, all we got is us, man. This is what's it called? This is unity. You feel me? That's what we striving for celestially. So, yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man. It was a pleasure, man. Appreciate you.
Peace.